The Kennewick School District has been fortunate to have Tammy Drapo teaching honors, regular, math, and algebra at Desert Hills since 1985. What makes Tammy a true standout in her profession is her ability to work equally well with highly capable students, students who struggle, and students with special needs. She has the ability to motivate reluctant learners. According to one of her colleagues, some students may come to her without much academic drive, but oh, by the time they leave, they have a fire lit under them. And this is evidenced by one of her former students who wrote a letter on her behalf for this award. He says, and I quote, "Before I had Mrs. Drapo, I thought she was just the crazy old math teacher that the kids dreaded. Then in 7th grade, I had her for math. It was hard, but she was always helpful. Whenever anyone had a question, they could go into her room, and she would always find time to help them. She is a teacher who teaches to the highest level, and she pushes all of her kids to do the best that they can do. I can honestly say that if it were not for her, I wouldn't be in AP Calculus at Kamiakin now in the 10th grade. So that's what one student wrote. But you know, Tammy also has a little bit of a feisty side. According to one of my sources, and at this point I should probably confess that my daughter had Mrs. Drapo for 8th grade honors algebra along with all of her friends, and so we heard many Mrs. Drapo stories around the dinner table at my house. Anyway, Tammy was a major user of the overhead projector, and she kept a water bottle right there handy to clean the projector off the latest math problem. But Tammy also had little patience for students who might want to nod off in class during one of those warm May afternoons, 7th period. So if someone was tempted to nod off, that water bottle served a dual purpose. And a shot of water to the face usually snapped the student out of his or her daydreams. Unbeknownst to Tammy, but according to a fairly reliable source in my family, taking a cue from SeaWorld, the students renamed the first 2 rows of her classroom the Splash Zone. Tammy is also a true instructional leader, respected throughout the district and the state. She's been involved with numerous state math committees. She's presented at state and national math conferences, including a presentation to the OSPI Instructions Math Assessment Leadership Team in Olympia. Closer to home, Tammy often provides in-service for our own teacher trainings in our own district as well as the surrounding districts. So congratulations, Tammy, on all that you've accomplished and in receiving one of this year's Crystal Apples Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, one of Kennewick's best, Tammy Drapo. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tammy and Laura. Representing the Kiona-Benton City School District, Ram Kasieha.
Thank you. Echoing Dave's comments, this is truly one of the great privileges of being a superintendent, is the opportunity to say thank you to some people that do some incredible work for the students of our districts across the state. I get to introduce to you 2 very special writing teachers, Tanya Tyrell from Kiona-Benton High School and Stacy Stearns. And I bring them up together We bring them up together because they truly are a team, and one without the other doesn't seem right, as Wayne Barrett refers to them as the odd couple. And in talking with Tanya earlier, I said, so which one's Oscar and which one's Felix? And she says, well, I'm the nice one. But the odd couple idea is that they truly do complement each other. And they've chosen by themselves, you know, we talk about all of these opportunities that we have for teachers to work in professional learning communities and all of the buzzwords that we use there. But these 2 have been teaming and working together in that professional learning community even before our district even started whispering about those things. And so they've naturally come to that, natural teachers. And their commitment to students goes not just to the easy ones to teach. These 2 decided that they were going to build a program at Kiona-Benton High School that truly provided instruction for every student to be able to succeed. And they've done that, reaching over 80% in their writing accomplishments for their students. They not only share their talents with our district, but they also share their talents in the training across the state and have worked on state-level committees as well as taking the trainings for the different levels of WASL assessment that we do in our state. Our staff, Mr. Barrett shared with me that one of the things that he appreciates most is their leadership and their willingness to step forward and take on that leadership role within their building, not just in their grade levels or in their subject area, but across the curriculum. And what they've taken on, and one of the things that Stacy does for us, is to make sure that our students qualify and achieve the level of achievement that we require for WASL passage. Stacy decided that she wanted to put together a writing camp of sorts, and she takes in students before school, again, meeting those needs and addressing the individual needs of the students to make sure that they're going to be able to pass, and we're really excited about watching the progress of the kids that she's had in that writing camp. And so together, they've built this program in our district and in our high school that is going to ensure that every one of our students has that opportunity to succeed, and we're very proud and very happy that they were identified this year as our Crystal Apple Award winners. I would like to thank and recognize their families. Would you stand, please? There they are. These two come to our district from very different walks. Stacy comes to us from Prosser and makes that trek every day across the valley there. Tanya comes to us from Texas, and so it's quite a bit farther for her to drive. No. But we want to thank them both for the opportunities that they provide for our students, as well as the opportunities they provide for us as colleagues to learn and grow from their instruction. Thank you both. Now I'm not sure what to say.
Congratulations, Stacy and Tanya. Next, representing the North Franklin School District, Greg Taylor.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here today. And Wendy has been in our district. First, let me say I'd like to present Wendy Miner as our Crystal Apple Award winner from North Franklin School District. You know, it must be hard for these winners just to stand here. I think that would be so hard. But I know she doesn't want to do much talking either, so I will go ahead and proceed. First, if I could recognize her family, if they could stand up and if we give them a round of applause. And if I could indulge just one more thing, if I could have just the North Franklin staff and community members that came to support Wendy stand also. Thank you. I'd just like to read just a few things from what was written for Wendy in this award. Wendy Miner has been a certificated educator with the North Franklin School District for the past 25 years. Her responsibilities and contributions have been broad and various, changing across the years to meet the student and staffing needs at North Franklin School District. For the majority of these years, Mrs. Miner, SLP, with a certificate in clinical competence from the American Speech and Hearing Association since 1989, with that sole speech-language pathologist for all schools in North Franklin School District, pre-K through 12. During that time, Mrs. Miner's had caseloads up to 95 plus special education students with communication disorders of all types and severity. At the present, Mrs. Miner serves as a chairperson in our district and the only fully certificated SLP for speech. She's going to give me some lessons after this presentation. I know it.